We just got our blood work done.
Yeah, we did.
And our doctors asked us, what are we doing to have such great blood work?
Yeah. And you know what we told them?
ProCare!
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we told them like, yeah, we take ProCare every day because they have a multivitamin that you can just take one a day.
Yes, exactly. They have a capsule and a chewable form. And not only do they have vitamins, but they also have calcium chews.
Oh my God, they're so good.
They're so delicious. It's like our own little sweet treat for the end of the night.
It really is because they have the dark chocolate and they have the cinnamon roll.
Yes, and I love the salted caramel and the dinner mint.
Alrighty, we'll go to procarenow.com
and use code OSLP at checkout to save some money. You guys ask us all the time, what is our favorite protein powder?
Yeah, literally, we see this question every day.
And the answer is always
Devotion! Yeah. Oh my goodness. I even use it this morning to make my own sweet treat for nighttime because it's just a brownie batter pudding. And you literally just use 1 scoop and then milk or water.
And then I use it every morning in my coffee. It's so delicious. Oh my God. I want one right now thinking of it.
Seriously, it's 20 grams of protein. So go get yours now at devotionnutrition.com.
And use code OSLP to save some money.
Welcome back, OSLP family! Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
I got you.
It's the second time.
I know.
You are listening to our Sleeve Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Mel.
And so a couple things before we start the episode.
Yeah, because we have some cool stuff coming up.
We do. We just announced that we are going to be at the Las Vegas WLSFA convention so excited.
In freaking Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Yes, we are so stoked to be there, and we want you guys to be there too so we can meet you. So if you would like to purchase tickets for that, we are going to have that on our website. If you go to the events page, it'll be March 10th.
Yeah, it's
through the 13th.
That's right.
So those dates will be on there. You just click on that and it will bring you to the link.
Yeah, your girls are doing like 2 shows. There's going to be a fancy red carpet. There's going to be some
a Las Vegas night, like an old school Las Vegas night, which I still have to find an outfit for. I'm like mentally going through my closet right now, trying to figure out what I already have versus, So
it's going to be fun.
We got to find some outfits to go for that. And then we are also going to be in Austin, Texas.
That's right. The big state of Texas.
Yeah, finally.
And that is freaking March 26th. So those tickets are on Berry Diaries are only $35.
Yes.
So you have no excuse to come hang out with us.
Yes. And they are also on our events page.
That's
so
right.
You can click on that. It'll give you the link. You go over, purchase your tickets. Super simple. Sorry, I felt like I had to burp. Too much coffee this morning, I guess. And then we are also going to be in San Diego. Yes. So we cannot wait to be back in San Diego. We were there last November.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It is. And it's so warm. And I can't wait.
I mean, that's my town, man. I fell in love. I was like, ooh, because we hung out in Long Beach and San Diego. And I was like, these are my people.
Yep.
These are my peeps. So hang out with us. It's April 30th. Again, berrydiaries.com, $35. So go get your tickets as fast as possible because we want to see you.
Yes. And it is also on our website. I realized I didn't tell you what our website is. It should be
It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer. oursleevedlifepodcast.com. And that is OUR. Sleeved Life Podcast. I know some people get confused when I say our Sleeved Life and they think our
because it's our
Sleeved Life Podcast. Yes. And then if you have not already checked it out, please go over to patreon.com/OSLP and check out our Patreon. We love our patrons so much.
Yeah.
And we have all different levels to help support your girls. We've got a $1 level all the way up to a $50 level.
That's right.
Which we do not have any expectations. We just appreciate any support you give us because we want to do a tour and we are getting closer and closer to that mark.
That's right. And you can be a part of our Benchy support group, which is like one of the best freaking things ever.
Yes. I wake up. The first thing I do is go onto the Benchies.
Check it out.
And see what they're doing, see what's going on that day. We check in at least once a day. We comment. We give our advice as best we can. So it is really a great support group.
It really is. Like me and Kelly were like, hey, we haven't seen Becoming Ashley in a minute. And then she posted this morning. And I was like, yes. So it's stuff like that. Like we do pay attention. We do love you guys. We talk about you guys off, off air that you don't know about.
Yes.
Because we care. So go over there, do that. And if you want a free way to support us, you just got to go to YouTube, man.
Yes.
All you have to do is click on your app right freaking now and go subscribe, hit the bell because you get the video episodes once a week, every Tuesday.
Yes.
So that way you guys can hang out there. There's seasons 2 all the way up till current. So you get to watch us do all the things.
Yes.
There's unboxings over there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff
over there.
Yeah. So if you're not on Instagram or Facebook, we totally get it. It can be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
So we do share a lot on our YouTube page.
We do.
And so it's a great way to help support us.
Yeah, because there's even a tour of devotion on there.
Yes.
So,
and if you were listening to this and wondering, you went over to YouTube and you're wondering where the videos are from the last couple of episodes, it's because it's a secret.
Yep.
We have redone our studio and we are waiting on one final piece to finish it out.
That's right.
And once that is here and we have that going, we will be posting all of the videos. So don't worry, they're coming. It's just we want to keep the studio a secret until we can officially announce what it looks like.
That's right.
Because we worked very, very hard on this.
Yes, we did. It's been a crazy overtaking, but I'm really excited about the results.
It's fantastic. Yeah. In my opinion, like it's totally us.
It's like night and day. And
it is.
And totally us. That's what I loved about the remodel is that we actually have a good blend of me and Kelly in here because before it was more me and Eric because we live here. So it makes sense.
Exactly.
But now we can actually like remodel and get Kelly's style in here and it's fabulous. I love these goddamn chairs.
Oh my gosh. Just wait until you guys see these chairs. They're so amazing. And the best part is that we can sit and talk for hours in these, and we have done it.
Yeah,
we have done it. We have a couple episodes where we have recorded. We've gone way over our mark. So today we have kind of a cool episode.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the time. So you have surgery.
Yeah.
You wake up. Now what?
What do you do?
What the hell do you do? Because you just had surgery. You're not sure. You've completely changed your life.
Yes.
And those first few weeks can be so difficult to navigate.
And they're so important too.
They are
critical because
that is where you find your rhythm.
Well, and that's where like the footing starts, where you're like finding the rhythm. You're realizing what did you just do to yourself?
Yes.
Because you can't go back.
You cannot as much as so like buyer's remorse with like a car or something is completely different. And we've talked about buyer's remorse. And if you haven't listened to that episode, go over and listen to it right now because it is a great one to kind of pull you into that, what we're meaning by that. But with a car or something like that you can just return. So say you go to a store and buy a really expensive camera.
Right.
And then you're like, shit, I shouldn't have spent that money.
Yeah.
So then you can just go and return it. You cannot return your surgery.
No, you cannot.
You cannot return it. So we want to give you the best advice that we can to help you navigate those first few weeks after surgery. And we get a lot of questions about that.
Well, because it's kind of a blur because it does go by quickly.
It does.
So just know that like what you're feeling that first month is going to be like where you don't even remember when you go later, but it is very important. Like when you first wake up, I remember wanting water like immediately, but you couldn't.
Yep.
You couldn't.
Well, okay. So let me preface that with some surgery centers will allow you to drink water.
That's true. That's true.
So some surgery centers will and some will not. Both of ours did not allow us to have water. We both had these little spongy things.
Yeah, we had to suck on sponges.
It was almost like a lollipop, a sponge lollipop.
Yeah.
And you could dip it in the water and then like wet your mouth, essentially. That was what it was there for.
Yeah.
Because you're not dehydrated.
No.
Because they have fluids pumping into you.
Yeah. All night long.
Yeah. So you're not dehydrated. So and there's a reason why they do that because most people cannot drink water normally.
No, because after like, like that thing's in your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called?
I don't know. It goes down your esophagus. Yeah. You've got a tube in your throat. It dries out your throat.
Yeah.
It can irritate it. If you had What is the word? Why am I having problems thinking of the words? I can't think of it today. Either. It's too fucking early. I know
you guys are yelling at home, being like, "It's this."
Yeah. So if you can remember, just message us and tell us what we're forgetting. But if you wake up and you wake up and your throat is sore, it's kind of irritated. Yep. For me, that first drink of water was really hard because I am a chugger.
Yeah.
I like to chug water, or I liked to chug water. I still do it now, and then I regret my decision immediately after doing it. But it was it was really hard to swallow.
Yeah.
And that's what she said. Because it felt like there was something that was keeping me from swallowing.
Yeah, it almost feels like there's a knot, but there's not a knot. You know, like when you swallow too much, I used to take big gulps. That's what it would be for me. And I'm like, oh, it's like you can feel it hit, and you're like, oh, is it not going to go down? And then it slowly goes down, but it hits you.
It does, and it fills you up really quick because your stomach is so swollen.
Yep.
And it's just been through a hell of a good time, that it's once you swallow that or eat broth or anything, it's immediately full.
Yeah.
And that feeling is going to be around for a while for me. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
Feeling full all the time.
Yeah.
Well, not even just feeling full. It was just it was just a weird feeling because I didn't feel hungry at all.
Yes.
You know, and that's going to be, so for you newbies out there, that is normal.
It is super normal to not feel hungry. You have to find a new normal for that feeling. Because to this day, unless I'm hungry, my stomach does not growl.
Yeah.
It'll make noises, but it will not growl.
It does the gurgles.
Yeah.
Even till this day, 6 years out, almost 7 years, I get the gurgles when I'm hungry.
Yeah, you become in tune to your body because you're like, okay, am I hungry? Am I not hungry?
Am I thirsty? What is it?
What am I? And I still play that game to this day. Okay, I feel like I'm hungry, but how much water have I had?
Yeah.
So then I go onto my Hydrate app and I look at how much water I've drank. And then I'm like, okay, I've only had 30 ounces. I'm thirsty.
Yep.
And speaking of apps, that is going to become your life.
Yeah. So get used to this part. So this is a full-time fucking job. You have now put yourself first, and you have now put yourself in a position to where you're going to take care of you all fucking day long. And that's very important. So don't get mad at yourself or don't get mad at the fact it's taking time. It's supposed to take time. And tracking is key in the very beginning. We know that everybody has different feelings about tracking, but in the beginning, it's important because you have no idea how much water you're getting. You don't know how much protein you're getting. And it's really hard to get both.
Yes.
It's really hard.
Well, we talked to the Twisted Sisters yesterday. Yep. And that already dropped for you guys. And we discussed where, how are they doing now with tracking? And Patty said that she doesn't track anymore because she has a good idea. She still eats and drinks the same things.
Right.
So she knows what her intake is.
Yeah, she built the routine.
Correct.
That's the deal. She built that because she's 8 months out. And then Michelle's 9 months out. And that's that first core, I would say the first 3 months to 6 months. If you're tracking, then you have a good idea. Oh, this is 20 ounces. This is 12 ounces of water. So your intuition, when you look at things, you're like, oh, it's fine. It's when you break your routine, you need to be tracking because you don't know, wait, did I actually get enough water today? Did I get enough protein? And I love tracking, but I am a numbers girl.
You are.
So it never bothered me. I didn't have the anxiety around tracking, which I know that you had.
I do. Yeah, I definitely do because I did, caloric deficiencies. I did Weight Watchers. I've done all of the diets.
Right.
All of the diets. And so I have PTSD when it comes to that because I don't ever want to go back into a diet form.
Yeah.
Because there is a reason why I did the surgery, and that was that I didn't have to be on a diet.
Yeah. This is just what you eat now.
Exactly. So let's go back to, okay, so you woke up from surgery.
Yep.
You're craving water. You're probably, you probably have no need for food because you are just doped up and out of it. Some people wake up and they want food, and that's completely normal.
Yeah.
But know that you have to get past your mind at that point.
That's a mental thing. Yeah.
It's totally mental. I always told myself pre-op because I was on a 2-week liquid diet.
Yes, you were.
So I was already like, I knew that if I could get through the 2-week diet, I wouldn't feel hungry.
Okay.
And I knew that I didn't know, but in my mind, I just made it okay by saying, okay, as soon as I have surgery, I'm not going to be hungry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even going to want food. So if I can get past these 2 weeks, I can do this.
I like that mindset. That's great.
Right?
Yeah.
I forgot all about that until just now. It's weird how things pop up.
Well, because that really changed your outlook.
Yeah.
And then you weren't like, oh, I'm so hungry every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's how I kept from not cheating on my 2-week liquid because I knew that I was like, okay, if I can get through this, I'm no longer going to be hungry.
Yeah, that feeling's going to be gone.
Yes.
Because the ghrelin because the part of your stomach that gets taken out, whether you're doing R and Y or if you're doing the sleeve, it's the ghrelin that's gone.
Yes.
And that ghrelin hormone is what makes you feel hungry.
Correct.
So now for a while, your body's not going to produce that. So that's why you don't feel hunger, by the way.
Yes. Yes.
And when we hear people say that they feel hunger, we know that that's that's a mental thing.
Yes. And
because the chemical's gone.
The chemical's gone. It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
For most people. Now, you guys have heard, we did our complications episode and some people do have complications.
Yep.
The surgeon or whatever is not equipped to be doing what they are doing.
Yeah.
And so there could be a complication. And if you are feeling not always check in with your surgeon.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're there for.
Yep.
They're there to ask the questions, email, call. They don't care. They're there for that. That's what they signed up for. So if you are feeling hungry, maybe call your surgeon and be like, hey, my stomach's growling. I'm really hungry, blah, blah, blah. Just have a conversation with them. And most of the time they can ease your brain down just by because your brain is going to go into overdrive.
Oh, yeah. You're starting to reel.
Yeah. You're like, is this wrong? Is this wrong? What am I doing? Am I drinking too much liquid? It's because this is for most people the last chance.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to fail.
Exactly. And then that's really our own expectations that we're putting on ourselves with the whole failure thing. And it's hey, you're only a few days out. You're not going to fail.
Nope.
You just have to tell your doctor what you're feeling.
Yes.
And we all know it's hard to articulate sometimes what you're feeling.
Yeah.
But at least if you get that email out, it's going to be helpful later. And then you're going to feel less stressed and you might be able to actually sleep better.
Yes.
And you might be able to actually get some relief from them talking to you about it. And then all of a sudden, things are going to probably fall into place. So,
or talk to a berry bestie. If you have a berry bestie, great. Go talk to them. See what they're feeling. See if there's something to actually be worried about because they may be able to be like, oh yeah, I felt that. It's totally normal.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have a berry bestie, we recommend finding one.
Yeah.
Because they're amazing.
Go to our benchies. They
or
will
go to our benchies. Put it in there. Yeah. They're really helpful.
Oh,
or just DM us.
Yeah. We're here for you guys.
We will always answer.
Yep.
Always.
That's right. When we saw the review of hey, they messaged instantly on Instagram, yeah, we will. We will. That is never going to go away. We've already talked about it. We're no, we answer those.
Yes.
That is us.
That is us. So don't worry about that. It may be Mel. It may be me. We don't know. But one of us will always answer. And if we get a question and we're like, hey, we both need to answer this, we talk and we come up with the answer together. So don't you worry.
That's right.
So after you wake up, you're feeling thirsty. You're no longer feeling hungry most of the time. And then the first thing that I did was walk because I was feeling that gas pain.
Right.
And I remember reading so much about how if you just walk, it kind of helps dissipate it.
Right.
So if you are not a fall risk, because
that's a thing.
It is a thing.
Yep.
Go walk. And I heard from somebody that their nurses would not let them walk.
Yeah.
And
that's interesting.
Yeah. And so this is the part where you kind of have to be your own advocate.
Yeah.
Because my nurses wanted me to lay down for a little bit.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I'm walking. I am walking. And I was constantly asking them, can I walk now? Can I walk now? So just be your own advocate a lot of the times too. If you want water, say I need something to get some liquid into my mouth.
Yeah.
That's what she said also. And then be your own advocate. If they're not letting you walk, be like, I need to see your supervisor because I need to walk.
Ask why, because that's a big deal. Because like when we talk to the sleep dietitian, which is coming out soon, that's a big deal. Like if we don't understand the why part, then it doesn't make sense as why we can't do the things that we want to do. And so there could be like, hey, your blood pressure is a little high.
Yes.
We're going to wait till, it comes down or your pulse is too high or, hey, we're noticing something. Like if they can give you a reason, then it's going to ease you of wanting to do the act that you want to do anyway.
Exactly. And that is part of being your own advocate. Also, ask those questions.
Yeah.
Ask why. So, okay. So walking, we're good. So now you have been discharged.
Yeah.
You've been discharged. You're on your way home. You get home. You get all cozy and comfy in your bed or on the couch or wherever you choose to do that. I have had a lot of people ask about those foam, like they're like triangles to keep you propped up.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a lot of people say they come in really handy when you're home.
I've never used one before.
And neither did I.
Yeah.
I legit just piled as many pillows as I could behind me.
Yeah.
Or sit on your couch.
I think I just sat on the couch.
Yeah. Because you don't want to be like using those abdomen muscles
to get up. Yeah.
So, and that's why they say, like, some people say, like, you get those little triangle foam things. I do not know the actual name of them. I'm sorry. But a lot of people say that it's a waste of money. Okay. Because you can get the same end result from using pillows, sleeping in a chair, whatever you want to do.
Well, yeah. And it's really up to you because you're only going to need that for like a handful of days.
Yeah. It goes away quick, in my opinion. And some people, it takes a little bit longer, and that's fine. Everybody is different.
Well, and me and Kel have been through more than just this one surgery.
Yes.
So that's also going to play a factor in your recovery because like I've broken my leg. I've had to have surgery. You've had several sinus surgeries. You've had your gallbladder out.
Yep. I've had 3 sinus surgeries and my gallbladder. And my gallbladder is pretty much the exact same
area
spots that you use for laparoscopic. So Dr. Thompson actually went through the same incisions because there was not a whole lot of scar tissue around those.
Right.
So she was able to go through those same incisions. So I didn't have 10 instead of 5.
So nice.
Which was very nice. I appreciated that so much. So you really, like, we knew kind of what to expect.
Well, and what I would want to help other people understand is like, think about it. Like your body just went through an undertaking. Like it is a lot for your body to be on anesthesia.
It is.
And then coming out of anesthesia, the things that were just removed from you, like you were, cut in areas. So understand like your body is trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel some aches and pains. Some people have really bad gas pains. Some people really don't.
Yeah. Mel did. I had to get bad gas pain.
And I learned from the Jeremy episode.
Yes.
I did have some, but it was very light. It was just I didn't realize that, I thought it was just chest and shoulders, the way that everybody described it. And I just had it in my back.
Yes.
That was the problem. I'd feel like all the achiness in the middle of my back and the top of my shoulders.
Yes.
But it wasn't insane. It wasn't like what I've hearing from other people. Because like from going through surgery, I knew like, yeah, you're going to be fucking drowsy and not yourself for like the first 3 to 4 days. So have someone with you.
And you're on pain meds most of the time. So you're loopy. You're not thinking clearly. You're just. So finding that rhythm when you get home and having, like, I know that Eric helped you by like putting out the little cups.
Yeah.
And was filling it when you needed it. Having that rhythm started as soon as you walk in the door. Oh my God. It helps so much.
It really does. And knowing from surgeries that like, hey, you're not going to be able to eat the same regardless of what surgery you just had. Like there was no way after my leg surgery that I was like having a hamburger or steak. Like that just wasn't happening anyway. Right.
No.
So it's normal that you're not going to be eating like you normally would anyways.
Yeah. So you've gone through a whole change.
Yeah.
So might as well just start the routine as soon as you walk in.
As soon as you walk in.
Before surgery, I would recommend getting those little cups.
Yeah.
Making sure you have a variety of protein powders or protein shakes because my taste buds changed immediately. I went from hating all things vanilla to that was the only thing that I could drink because chocolate tasted metally to me.
Yep.
And I couldn't do it. Now I'm back to my chocolate and I'm totally fine. But it did change for that time. And we had no vanilla protein powder in the house.
We hear that a lot from people that is like, oh, I bought too much product and now I don't even like it.
Yep.
So like Devotion has samples.
Yes.
Get the samples. That's the best freaking. I love the fact that she has those because you don't find that really in any other
sector. Really rare. I mean, your girls have tried a lot of protein.
Yeah.
A lot of protein powders. I love that Devotion does that.
Yeah.
And you can get those at devotionnutrition.com.
Use OSLP at checkout.
What Mel said. And get those sample packs for right after surgery.
Yeah.
So then you have them on hand if your taste buds change.
Yeah, because your surgery center normally sends you homes with like the Premier or whatever that they like to give. I know, I fucking hate it too.
Yeah.
But like this way you'll have some sort of backup if that doesn't work or you don't like it. And the little cups. So the reason why we're saying get little cups is they showed us actually in before we left.
Yes.
Like, hey, you're going to want these cups and you're going to want to fill these up and you're going to do this like almost every other hour. It's going to be protein 1, water the next, protein 1, water the next. And you're going to go back and forth like this for almost all day long.
Yes.
And then they're like, get a timer. So that way, once you're done, you know, like, okay, if I want like water, I need to wait the time frames.
Yes.
So timer and cups, guys, timers and cups.
Yes. Because I was, the number one thing that you need to do after protein or after surgery is rest.
Yeah, it's so important.
You have to rest. So when I rested, I would watch TV. So I use the TV as my timer. So I knew that when it hit, I don't remember what I was watching, but it was 20-minute episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And so as soon as the episode was done, I knew it was time to drink water or drink protein.
Yep.
And so I just went back and forth while I was watching an episode.
Smart.
Now, if I took a nap, I just would wake up, start the whole thing all over again.
You know, Dr. Patterson told me no naps.
Really?
Yep. She told me and Matt no naps.
Weird.
It resets your system.
Well, yeah, that's why you nap.
Yeah, but you don't want, like, the way that she explained it was that she didn't want us to nap because we were in the motion of getting all of our protein in for that day. And then when you nap, it resets your body thinking like, oh, we're going to go into sleep mode. So now we're going to like store everything. And so she's like, don't nap. If you could not nap, that would be great. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, no, I'm a napper.
I mean, she's like, of course, the first few days, that's fine. But she was like, when you're a week out, like try not to nap.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. I'm talking like the first couple of days.
Yeah, so the first week, fine. She said after that, like try not to nap because of the resetting.
Yes.
What it thinks it's doing.
If you aren't hitting, now we've gotten messages of, they're a week out and they're not hitting their protein goals. And it is a legitimate question. It is because nobody told me you're not going to hit those goals.
Oh, I was told that. I
was not told. I was trying my hardest and I'm like, why am I not even getting close? Because you physically do not have the room to get it all in.
It's impossible.
So you have to be mindful of the fact that you are not going to hit those goals the first week or two. It could be up to, I didn't hit my goals until probably about 6 weeks. Like that's when I really started to hit my rhythm of like actually getting all my water and all my protein in.
God, it took me so long.
Yeah. But you were also way scared.
It was like, well, anytime I felt any pressure, I would stop.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, we're not puncturing this. I don't want any liquids coming out. I realize now, like after watching a surgery,
it was not going to happen.
That was not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I was so afraid of the leakage because I read online, like the leak can still happen up to like 3 months. So I was very like, okay, I'm just like following the timers. I'm following the tracker. I'm putting everything in my Fitness Pal. Eric's watching like how much protein I'm getting as well because he's helping me with that. And yeah, like I was like, if I felt any pressure, I'm like, nope, we'll stop. And then we'd start again.
I would stop when I started to feel it like right about my boob area.
Yep. 100%.
Like when I started feeling it, like it's weird because you never felt it before.
No.
Like you just shoveled it in and then you were miserable.
Yep.
When I started to feel it like right at the top of my abdomen, I started being like, okay, now I need to stop.
Yep.
And then I would wait my 20 minutes and then I would drink water.
Yep. And
it is a full fucking time job.
Yeah, we've even had messages like, it feels like a full-time job. It's because it is.
It is.
It is.
It is. This is not, the reason we say this is not the easy way out because it is not easy. No. It is not easy. If you are doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, the weight will come off. And
no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what, people.
No matter what.
It's coming off.
It's going to happen. It's just, you have to do what you're supposed to be doing, period. Like, you have to get your water. You have to get your protein.
Yep.
And we learned from Hannah Schuler in the episode that we did with her and Dr. D that your body needs protein to heal.
Yeah, it's so important.
Yes.
It's insane.
And so getting that protein as much as you can, because you're not going to wake up and be able to get 80 ounces of protein.
No.
You're just not.
No.
It's not ever going to happen. So you just kind of shoot for as much as you can during the day. And then you start again the next day. And it is a lot of repetition.
Yep. And it starts becoming like your new normal, though.
It does.
Because like you're doing it so often that you like sometimes like you don't even think about it. It's almost like when you drive home and you don't even know how you did that. Like just muscle memory kind of just walks right in for you.
Yep.
And you just like find yourself in the kitchen making a shake and you're like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yep.
I didn't even have to think about this. And that's the point is like that's why they want you to have those 2 weeks off before work, because you have to build that repetition and start feeling better before you can go to work.
Well, because you can't be at work and trying to start a new life all in the same,
because work is stressful,
very hard.
There's no way I can imagine. We've hear people going back early and we're like, I could not imagine being stressed out at work and then feeling anxiety about, oh shit, I didn't get my protein in, and then you feel funky, because you will feel funky.
Yes, you'll figure it out. We call it being stupid.
Yeah.
Because we will be not being able to think of words, not be able to function normally. And then we're like, oh, we're being stupid. We have no protein in our system. That makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's annoying. And you're like, oh shit. And you do it to yourself. So it's like, hey, if you can take the time, take the time. We understand with work and being parents and crazy schedules that you can't take it off sometimes. We understand.
Yeah.
But if you have that capability, please do it for yourself. You've done the surgery for yourself. So why not do that part too?
Yeah.
Because it's really important for your like the next couple months through the next like fucking years, really.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're building that baseline.
Yes.
That foundation is going to be built in that first 3 months.
Yes. And then something that I found very, very helpful, I use Berrytastic. It is a bariatric tracking app. And you can track everything, BMI, you can track measurements, you can track
all your food and water.
You can set timers.
Yep.
Like, it is a fantastic app for right after surgery.
Oh, it is.
So I would recommend download it before you go into surgery. And then as soon as you get home, just start tracking, just putting it in there.
Just get in the habit of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't like apps, if you'd rather see it on like pen and paper,
do that.
We have an excellent tracker on our Instagram that you are more than welcome to print out. And it says the times and it says what you're drinking. And it is for that right after surgery thing. So it's protein and water. That's it. And you can print that out and you can like put little check marks, or like because you're only going to be able to drink about an ounce at a time.
Like legit ounce at a time, guys. So, it's like a shot glass.
Yep. So. And so just put that, 1 ounce next to whatever time, and then just add it up at the end of the day. So that is my number one recommendation. Get a tracking app or do it on pen and paper. Have it ready to go so that first day that you start drinking it, you are already starting this change of your life.
Yeah, I couldn't say it any better, because it's so important. Like track, because you're going to be thankful for yourself later. Because what Hannah was saying is like, the protein and sleep is so huge for healing.
Yes.
So how can you feel better if you're not getting the sleep and the protein in? Like, you can't, and I say this all the time, even to Eric, I'm just like, we expect so much out of our bodies, but yet we won't put in the things that make our bodies work correctly.
Correct.
And
we resist it.
We resist it so much. And I don't know what part of our makeup that makes us do that, but we got to stop resisting, especially in this scenario, because we chose to do this.
Yep.
We wanted this. We wanted to save our lives and be able to live a fucking life for once and not be so anxious all the time. And for you to not have to be in a room of 4 walls all day long, like, that's not life.
No.
That's not fun.
No.
And so, you know what? If it means that you have to track for a month, fucking, I'm down, man.
Yeah, right?
Let's do this shit.
To change my life.
Let's fucking track all the things. I don't even care anymore. Yeah. Like, let's go, because what you don't know is that once you get past those 3 months, you're going to feel fantastic. You're going to have so much energy.
I mean, really, I felt energy as soon as I woke up.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
You did.
And that is not common.
No.
Just so everybody is aware.
It weirded the fuck out of me when she told me. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I remember when your ex messaged and he was like, she's walking. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How is this happening?
I remember day 3 taking a walk down to my in-laws, which my ex-in-laws now. It was like 7 houses down.
Yeah.
And I walked down.
Yeah.
Hung out there for a little bit and then walked back, and it was like day 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was so ready to be in my new life that I didn't care how I did it.
Right.
Like, I was just overjoyed that I wasn't in pain. I didn't have to live in the 4 walls. Like, I was walking all over my house. I was doing my life.
Yeah, you were. You're all up in that.
100%.
It was great though watching, because like you were like if I was someone like watching you in pre-op stage, if I was pre-op and watching you go through, I'd be like, holy shit, this is inspiring, because like you're like, go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I was
and
ready.
You were like in it 100%, and you were dropping weight like crazy.
I was.
And it was very awesome to watch as your friend, just FYI, because it was like, okay, Kellie's like doing this shit.
Yeah.
Because that's what's scary about watching your friends go through this, because you don't know what's going to happen. You're like, are they going to be that awesome, successful one? Or are they going to be the one that's like struggling? Like, or are they going to be the one that regains? You just don't know, because there's so many different factors at play.
Yep.
Because it's a mental part.
Yep.
Because like after week 1 and 2 happen, the mental game starts coming through, and because life happens. So, you know, like your kid pisses you off, or your boss does, or a friend upsets you. And now you're like, I can't have food. All I can have is this protein shake. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
What do I do? And you start feeling your feelings, and you realize like, oh, like, because a lot of us think like when you feel those things that this is going to like take over our life for the whole day or week or whatever. Right. But really, when you just cry it out, it's like 2 minutes. Yeah. It could be maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the whole day, but your body feels better once it gets all of that emotion out.
Yes.
And so I encourage you guys to feel the feelings when you're feeling stressed out and you want something that's not the protein shake, and you're like trying to figure it out. It's just your body trying to process the feelings, because you didn't have to do that before. We literally would just go to the pantry. We would go to the fridge and be like, oh, you know what? This sounds good. And then you would not even think about what just fucking happened to you. Like, I used to think I was I am really great at no. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Compartmentalizing.
Thank you. My feelings. But and I really am good at that. But I also would just hide it and mask it with food, though. So when
I did the same.
At nighttime, I would like, because now at nighttime I decompress and I feel all the things and think about all the things. But before, I would just eat that.
Yep.
I would just eat it all up. And then the next day was a new day, and I acted like nothing fucking happened. And that's not healthy. That's how I got to 308 pounds.
Yes.
Like, I love how Patty and Michelle were like the 3 bridges. I never heard that term, but I liked it. I'm like, yeah, I got to the 3 bridges. And you know what? We'll never go back that way, because it was so unhealthy.
Yes.
Like, all the behaviors.
Yep.
Were so unhealthy of what we were doing.
And that's something else that you will start to realize as you're moving in through those first few weeks. You will start realizing all of the behaviors that you were doing prior.
Yeah, you're getting like flashbacks. Did you get flashbacks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that the emotions of it were huge.
100%.
I feel
Kellie's
like I'm
gonna sneeze. Elephant.
What the fuck? What is that?
You're supposed to yell elephant at someone that's about to sneeze. It's supposed to help them stop.
No, it's like right here. Anyways, so I mean, getting those flashbacks and realizing like the behaviors that were not healthy.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing therapy and you're doing that before surgery,
which we do
highly encourage, but we even more encourage it after.
Yeah.
Because you come to some realizations before.
Yeah.
Like, I came to a realization that I did it to myself. It wasn't done to me. Like, I did it to myself.
Yeah.
And I realized that before, but after that, you know, the whole buyer's remorse, and then realizing all the unhealthy habits I was doing, the hiding my feelings. I mean, I was in a really not great relationship, and I didn't even that didn't even come into play.
You didn't see it.
Didn't even see it.
Mm-mm.
And so I highly encourage going to therapy after, because a lot of things are going to come up. And if you've had trauma, big trauma that has happened, and that's, a lot of people have really bad trauma and then they gain weight.
Yep.
To help protect themselves.
Yep.
And if that's you need more than just a few therapy before.
Yeah, or the fucking phone call with like the whatever
that's not surgery,
15,
or that's not
20 questions you get asked.
No,
and
that's
it.
not therapy.
Because like in my family, I now understand why a lot of them are like, we come from a big line of people of just bigger, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just our history, blah, blah, blah. No, there was so much fucking trauma that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like learning that my aunt was raped and molested. And so that's why she would eat and eat and eat. So no one would ever touch her again.
Yeah.
Like that fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, it does.
And realizing like, oh, that's a defense mechanism that she had like used and it worked. But now she's like, 300-400 pounds. And it's like, how do you fix that? And you're going to need real help with a doctor that's professional that can help you work through those feelings.
Yes.
Because just because you get the surgery doesn't make all those traumas go away.
No.
At all. So you have to do the work.
Same with your food addiction.
Yeah.
I have food addiction. I have a very serious food addiction problem.
Yep.
And
me too, man.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's having surgery doesn't erase that behavior.
No, and don't feel bad. I know that there's a stigma about people having food addiction because some people don't believe that you can. But after talking to Dr. Shapiro, like we went through that damn list with her and everything check marks for an addiction.
Yes.
But because
it
it's
is
food,
not classified as a food addiction or as an addiction.
Exactly. Because it's food, because you have to have food to survive. So it's like, well, we still have all the behaviors and all the traits.
Yeah. It's all there.
It's all there. So don't be ashamed of it. Like everybody has their vice. And I'm not saying everybody has an addiction, but I am saying that like, hey, there are alcoholics out there, there's drug addicts out there, there's gambling out there, and they all have the same traits that we have. And it's just different. They just put it in a different place. So I don't want anybody to feel bad that you have a food addiction. Yeah. Because I'm not going to make fun of someone that has a gambling addiction. No. I'm not going to make fun of someone that has alcohol addiction because that fucking shit sucks. And it's hard to beat. And it's like, you know what? It's okay. Like we all we're fucking human.
We are.
So like, if you need help, go get help. And these doctors like Dr. Shapiro and even the Real Berry boss, they all talk about, hey, get in with us before. Like we need to know all of the things because they can't just, yes, they will help you when you're in a trauma.
Oh, of course.
But if they can see you when you're doing good too.
Yeah.
That was like, that was really eye opening when we talked to them about that, because that is huge, because then they get to see what were you doing while you're feeling good.
Yeah.
So that way they can go back to that next year and be like, hey, in January through March, you were feeling great. But then XYZ happened and now April and May kind of fucking suck. So that way they can look back. It's a whole thing of tracking. It's a good thing for them to track that too. So like, and you don't have to do that part. You just got to go.
Exactly.
And they'll do that part. They'll help you. They'll be like, hey, guess what? I'm noticing that you're falling into bad habits. Let's talk about it. Like, where are you at with that? Because I say right after surgery, like book something if you don't already have something in place. Yeah. Because you don't know what's going to happen.
It could be every, once a month check-in. It could be once every 2 weeks or whatever you want to do. But there's nothing shameful about just talking.
No,
because that's all you're doing. You're talking and they're kind of helping you work through things. I've always been a big advocate for therapy.
Yeah,
always. I grew up in a very kind of, my mom definitely pushed therapy.
Yeah.
She loves therapy. She finds that it's very, very helpful. And I went through my stage of bulimia. And so I had not great therapists.
No.
So, but I was in therapy as a kid, as a teenager. And I think that's why it didn't get any worse.
Right.
It didn't go into,
it could have
anything else. Bad. It could have gotten really bad.
Because we know people that have where the bulimia has gotten so bad to where like they've had to be hospitalized.
Yeah.
And then if they didn't get hospitalized, then they could have died.
Oh, 100%.
Because like you're killing your insides.
Yes.
So like it's very scary. I'm very thankful that you didn't go further because that would have been just crazy.
It would have been really bad, really bad. And so I grew up in a family where it was always acceptable to ask for help. And even with my mom being as, she had 4 daughters, single mom, She went to college late in life. She graduated from a 4-year university, got a job right after, supported us through that entire thing.
She's a Wonder Woman, man.
She is. Yeah. I love my mom. She's my inspiration for most of my life.
Aww.
Is to be like her, because she is a fantastic woman.
Yeah.
But she never stopped she was never too busy to help us.
Right.
And some people don't have that.
No.
And so that's where the therapy comes in.
Yeah.
Because that's your help.
Oh, yeah. Because like in my household, it was like frowned upon. Everybody was scared to go to therapy. But realizing now, they were just scared to go to therapy because no one in my family wanted to face what the fuck was happening.
Oh, no. Because it's easier to, and that goes back to pre-op. It's easier to not think about it and not say, why am I eating 3 pieces of cake in one sitting?
Right.
You don't want to think about that.
No.
So you're just going to be like, well, we're going to push that to the back and we're just going to do what we're doing in the front and we're just going to pretend like nothing happened.
Exactly. And that's how it was in my family. That's why it was so hard for me to even see what I was doing to myself. So like, guys, and also, no one needs to know you're going to therapy.
No, you don't have to share it.
You don't have to tell anybody shit, man. This is your life. You get to do what the hell you want. And if you have a doctor's appointment once a month, we know that your work's going to be fine with that.
Yeah.
So like, you don't have to tell them either what you're, where you're going and who you're talking to.
No.
So don't feel obligated to tell people. You're allowed to work on yourself and not have to tell anybody about it. And you can just reap all the benefits from it.
So I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's kind of a 2-parter. What is the one thing that you wish you knew?
Oh, yeah.
Before
surgery?
Right after surgery. Like within that pre-op,
window?
Pre-op, post-op stage where that's like, the 2-weeker mark.
What do I wish I would have known? I would have wished that it does get easier. Because I was so like in my head that it was just going to be tough all the time. That I thought I would never get the protein, because it took me, guys, like almost 6 months to balance getting, I was trying to get 70 to 80 grams of protein and I was trying to get the same for water. So I was trying to hit like, because they said a third of your weight should be, I think, protein or something. There was like some mathematical thing. And I was trying to hit those numbers and it took me so long. And I was so hard on myself about not hitting it, but realizing my body can't do that. It just wasn't capable of doing that. So I really wish I could have, someone would have told me like, hey, it will be easier. No matter what, it will get easier because it has to. Like your body starts healing. You start getting into the rhythm of things. Your
swelling starts going down. You can get more food, more water.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really just wish I knew that portion of it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
What about for you?
I think I would have wanted to know how important a routine is.
Yeah.
Because I started it and then I would kind of like my routine always changed. And I think if I had just found that thing that worked for me and just stuck with it, I think I would have.
I think that's your ADD going though.
Well, 100% it is. But like I didn't know how important a routine was.
Yeah.
And so I wish I had known early on, like, here's the things that you need to do. Figure out like your water, your protein, and your exercise. Focus on those 3 things.
Yes.
And you'll be amazing.
Yes. Don't look at calories. Don't look at carbs.
Yeah.
Don't look at any of those things. Only look at literally what your doctor told you to look at. And that's water and protein and movement.
Yeah.
All they want, those top 3 things is all they want you to do. So don't bother your brain with anything else.
Yeah.
Because like, why are we putting more pressure on ourselves to like check anything else? That's not what my doctor wants. And they're the ones that went to school for fucking ever. So
exactly.
Just follow those 3 things. And yeah, the routine is so important. It is so ridiculously important. And like, I just wish I never broke my routine.
Yeah.
And that's when we moved fucking here. That's like the deal. And like, I want to get back onto that routine. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying not to be hard on myself because I know it can't be all back to normal like it was before.
No, it can't.
So I'm trying to figure out like, what can it be now? You know, what can it be in today's world? What does that routine look like for Melanie? Because it can't be what it was after pre-op.
No, because life is completely different than what it was.
Right.
We've spent more time in the studio in the last 2 weeks than I think we ever have.
Right.
And that's, that throws us off routine.
It does.
Because we had a routine of like, this is when we record, this is when we do this, this is when we do this. I'm slowly getting back into mine.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually really enjoying.
Good.
Having that like system down.
Yeah.
Because I was in a really good rhythm, of course, before the divorce.
Yeah.
And then I kind of went off the rails because I was going through trauma. And I didn't know what my day looked like. And I was actually thinking in the car the other day, I was like, when exactly did my rhythm stop? Like, when exactly did it stop?
Mm-hmm.
And it was when I moved.
Moves, man.
Yeah.
Moves really do it.
Because we were in, let's see, I went to New Orleans.
Yep.
We went to Florida.
Yep.
Came back, I was divorced. And then I moved. And then I think we did something else. There was another event that happened.
I'm sure there was.
Within that.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I was traveling all the time. I wasn't being prepared.
No.
I moved. I had nothing. I had no recollection of where I was living. I had no system.
What do you think could helped? What would have helped you? Looking back, what could you have done to help yourself?
Looking back, if I had, number one, been prepared for every trip of like, what am I eating? Where am I putting this and this and this?
Because being conscious of it and like having that part of your checklist when traveling.
Correct. Okay. Knowing that I had a boyfriend that I wanted to stay over there, having those things that make me successful over there would have made a huge difference.
Yep.
And then also making sure that the things that I needed to help me. So having my protein ready to go, having protein rich foods in the fridge, all of those things ready to go into my new house and knowing exactly where they were.
Yep.
And that first morning waking up in that house, treating it exactly like it was the old house.
Yeah.
Those things would have helped so much, knowing I don't think I would have gone off as much.
When I'm listening to you, it sounds like you've stopped taking care of yourself.
Oh, 100%. I think I felt completely out of control.
Yeah.
And I know that those newly post-oppers, that's how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The control thing is really big because the only person you can control is yourself.
Yep.
And so for me, being in control is like the top priority.
Yeah.
And none of what happened was in my control.
No.
Satan leaving me, I had no control over that. Mm-mm. The whole process of the divorce, I had no control.
No. So it's almost like you can, for those that are listening, I take comfort in controlling myself.
Yes.
And like my reactions to things and how I treat myself.
Uh-huh.
So you could use that as a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey man, I can't control that this fucking dude's an asshole and now is taking me through lawyers and bullshit.
Yeah.
But you know what I can do to make myself feel better is do the workouts, is stay on my routine because I know that's going to make me feel good.
Correct.
Which is easier said than fucking done.
It is. It 100%. Totally is. But I also feel like there's some days that I'm like, before I was like, come on, Kelly, you got this, that I would just lay in bed and be like, I'm not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And now I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the next hour and do nothing. And then I'm going to get my ass up and I'm going to go and do this and this and this because this is what's normal.
Yeah. It's like you scheduled yourself to feel everything in process.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a really good way of like going forward. So like if you guys are feeling any traumas or having any stress, like give yourself a day of the month where you're like, you know what? This day is just me and I'm going to just feel this and not track. I'm not going to do anything I want, like anything that's going to do anything. I just want to just be home or whatever the case is.
Yeah. Like there was a day last month that I was sitting in my office at home and I was like, I just need an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you have lots of work to do. And then I was like, but you just need an hour. And then I was like, but I have a lot of work to do. So I actually left completely in my brain that I was going to go run errands for the podcast.
Right.
And I ended up like, I got in my car and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to take an hour for myself. And I called the pedicure place and I was like, I'm 10 minutes away. Can I get in?
Right.
And I went and I sat for an hour and just enjoyed. I didn't even look at my phone. Nice. I didn't do anything. I just legit sat back in the chair.
That's great.
And it revitalized my entire system.
Yeah. Because you just need sometimes like a break.
You do.
You
and
just need
there's
a break.
nothing wrong. There's nothing. And I have to keep reminding myself of this. Self-care is not selfish.
No. Not at all.
Especially newly post-op, self-care is not selfish.
No, these are things you need. This is like very important to your journey.
Yes.
You have to take care of yourself. That was the whole point of the surgery in the first place.
Exactly.
Was to get you back to baseline of feeling good. And how can you do that without taking care of yourself?
100%.
You know, I know society is kind of an asshole about this. It's like
it is.
They make you feel like you're being selfish, but you're not.
Yeah.
And if you hear anybody say, just fucking correct those people. I almost said a bad word. I don't know why I like censored myself there, but I did.
We are not censored on this podcast.
I know, it's so weird. But yeah, like just take care of yourself. And if that means you need to go get a pedicure done and like just relax, fucking do it. Go on a walk, sleep. You can take a nap. Take a nap. Who cares?
Yeah. Take care of you and find your rhythm. I think that's the biggest advice.
Yeah,
I would
finding
say.
your rhythm.
Take care of you.
Yeah.
Find your rhythm.
Yeah.
Your rhythm, routine, however you want to phrase it. So then the other question I had was, what is one item that you wish you had pre-op or pre-op, post-op in that stage?
What do you mean by item? Like an actual like physical thing?
Yeah. Like what do you think that would have been the most important piece? Not food, not anything of that.
Okay.
But like what item do you use? Because I already have mine.
That I didn't have?
Yeah.
Or is it something that
you didn't know that existed?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see what yours is.
A hydrate bottle.
I don't know how to answer that.
I wish I had this.
Okay.
Because it never leaves my side.
Oh, yeah.
And it tracks my water. So I don't have to add anything in.
Yeah, you don't have to do it at all. It does it itself.
No, it does it itself. And it reminds me to drink. And you can set the reminders of like how far. So if I had that and said, okay, every 45 minutes I need it to flash so it reminds me to drink water.
Okay. There you go.
Like it would have made tracking my water so much easier because I have such a better handle on my fluids now than I ever did.
Okay. I see what you're going there. I see what you're doing.
So I wish that I had known hydrate existed.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, that's a big one for me now that I know what you're talking about because it takes away another item I don't have to track.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Like you just carry it with you.
It frees up time in your brain.
Exactly.
Man, an item. Shoot. I don't know.
I know. I was like, this one's going to stump her.
That one's hard.
Yeah.
Because like I felt really, really prepared because I had everything that for weighing my food. I had that. I had all the apps. I had all the trackers. Like I had the timers. I had the little cups. Only thing, I mean, this isn't an item. It was just, this is an item.
Okay.
This is an item. I wish I had free weights at home.
Oh.
Just 5-pound free weights. I never had that. And I wish I did. So that way when I was like feeling like I couldn't like go to the gym, I could literally just, behind my head, do the things with the free weights and just work my arms.
There you go.
So I do wish I had some sort of free weights.
Okay.
That's what I would go with.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. I think it's important for you to, because not every day is going to be like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym.
Right.
Some days you just don't have that energy.
Well, and I work from home now, but even then, like it's a desk job. I've always had desk jobs except for when I was 16. So like if you could bring those to work, I saw girls all the time bringing like resistant bands or their weights and stuff. And I just wish like I just went, I don't know why I didn't live really close to fucking Target. I could have grabbed them, but I never did. And that's something I do regret because I could have just had it at my desk at work. Could have used that when I couldn't go on walks or if it got busy, you can just do those easy peasy. I was doing squats at my desk. I don't know why I didn't think about having weights at my desk.
Yeah.
Kind of goofy.
Yeah.
So
it's something that you just don't think about because you're so focused on other things.
Yeah.
Which it happens.
Yeah.
So,
I'm really happy you wanted to do this episode. I like it.
It was my idea.
It was really good.
I was like, you know what? We have so many pre-oppers or people that have just come out of surgery. And it's so hard to navigate those first few weeks.
Yeah.
It's so
really
hard.
is.
Your entire life is flipped upside down.
Yeah.
And if we can make that just a little bit easier,
that's all we want to do.
That's what we're here for.
That's all we want. If you're a support person, grab some things that we talked about, cups, timers, help them with like give them some protein, you know, like stock them up on like protein waters. Like those go a long way. Liquid IV, do it. You know?
Yes.
So
all of those things help.
Yeah.
And I just hope that this helps somebody out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are further along post-op and you have answers to the 2 questions I asked Mel, let us know what your answers were. What you wish you had known during that time. And then what item do you think would have been beneficial for you?
Seriously. Put that in the comment area.
Yeah. Message us. Any of those questions.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait to see.
Yeah, I want to know what your guys' answers are.
Yeah.
So
and when Kelly finally lets me release all the videos, you will get to watch this on YouTube.
We're like I said, we're waiting on one last piece. It's shipped.
It's shipped. We're stoked.
Yeah, I saw it last night and I was like, it's shipped. I was like so excited. So let us know, or we will eventually release these videos. I know some people were like, "Where's the video, guys?" And we're like, I'm sorry, I can't let her release it.
Not even patrons have these.
No, nobody sees them.
No.
So because I really want, it's such a huge difference down here that I want everybody to enjoy it.
Exactly.
So, and we were so good about documenting the entire journey of doing this.
Yep.
We
were on it.
Yeah, we were on it. So we want you guys to be shocked and awed.
And want you to be a part of it too. Because it was a long process and it's really cool to see like how something actually comes down and then gets built back up.
Yeah.
So
yes, exactly.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening, hanging out with me and Kelly. This was so much fun.
Yeah. Don't forget to go over, check out Patreon, patreon.com/OSLP. And for all of your merch needs, don't forget to go to our sleevedlifepodcast.com. And we are always adding new things. Well, I'm always adding new things.
That's right. That's right.
And if you have any ideas for merch or anything like that, just message them on over because I'm always willing to come up with some new designs.
And get your tickets. Come hang out with us. We want to see you in person. That is the whole goal, is for us to travel, tour, meet our freaking people, hang out with you, give you hugs, and inspire each other. So go get those tickets right freaking now. It's on our website. Go to the live events and click on the tab.
And that's all of it.
That's right.
So we love you guys, and we will
see you next time.